78% of suicide rates worldwide are men. What can we do to help them? Don't assume they have no feelings and listen to what they have to say. Give a hug or a shoulder to cry on when they need it. I think it's hard because men are always told to be stronger, then at the same time are always insulted. It's hard to know what it means to be a man. Check on people. I was in an awful spot last night and a friend of mine I hadn't seen in 2 years just called out of the blue just to see how I was doing. Little things like that make a huge difference. Not tell us to just suck it up. I'd say genuine close relationships would be the most impactful. We're not designed for the current world. We're designed for the one that forged us. We are meant to go to space. Purpose restored. Wanderlust, challenge, adversity, all present and accounted for. Aggressiveness and xenophobia I'm not sure what to do with yet. One of the hardest things is being able to identify a person who may be having these thoughts. Most men will do almost anything to disguise the fact that they are severely depressed, as to not show a sign of weakness. It could be someone who in public is laughing, smiling and considered the life of the party. This isn't always the case, but it helps if you are aware of the fact that a man who is really struggling with depression might look the complete opposite in other people's eyes. Let boys cry. Give hug. Lend an ear. Let us open up. Men are just as vulnerable as everyone else, but more often than not, we have it drilled into us to not show emotion, that dealing with emotions isn't manly. As a result, there's too many men who can't deal with their feelings. Give a hug, start from there. Be a shoulder to cry on, and I'm sorry if we lash out, we're only human too. Sometimes we're programmed to say we're fine or don't need anything, but it never hurts to check we're not good at communicating the fact that we are in pain. If someone did this for me, I wouldn't have had to go through what I did, and that's why I try to do this for everyone that I can. You okay, bro? Raise their wage to a living standard, healthcare. Stop bashing them for opening up about their feelings because men don't do that. Stop playing all these damn men's feelings y'all. People love to say it doesn't matter, just be yourself. But as soon as men start being themselves, people say, "Oh, you're crying? Get over it, pussy, you're a privileged man. Oh, you don't have a girlfriend? Loser. Oh, you like pop culture? Man baby. Oh, you want to talk about emotions? That's lame, you're supposed to like sports. Oh, you wore pink/thin pants/style your hair. You must be gay or something, you aren't allowed to be a straight guy and also appreciate fashion. Oh, you haven't had sex? Being a virgin is shameful. Oh, you held the door open for a girl? You must think she's incapable of getting it herself. Oh, you didn't hold the door for a girl? You must be a thoughtless jerk." Seriously, if the point was to be yourself, we would have moved past some of these idiotic stereotypes by now. But no, for men they're still so common. Quit working us to death. Gun control. Support your friends no matter how awkward or unmanly it is. A long time ago I put myself in hospital and 95% of my friends stopped talking to me. I believe this was because it was too unusual for them to speak about mental health. As a society we are slowly getting better, but I still see too many people just brush off their friends' issues because they don't know what to say. Stop telling us to man up when something goes wrong. If we want to fucking cry about something, let us. Instead of treating us like emotionless brick walls. Not being told to man up or stop being a pussy when we tell our problems to someone. Be there for them if they talk about their feelings. Being in touch with your feelings does not make you less of a man. In reality, a huge thing that can be done to help is reducing prevalence of gun ownership. Use of firearms is the most lethal form of suicide and is more likely to be used by men. Suicide attempts tend to be more frequent in women, but are more successful in men due to use of firearms. One of the strongest factors in reducing suicide is making it more difficult and with more steps required so that other options/thoughts/interventions have space to kick in. Let us be fucking sad. Why is it wrong if men are sad or depressed? Support for men who are in toxic relationships and with abusive spouses need to be taken seriously and have support. That's a serious problem that we need to handle. Not act like they're less of a man when they ask for help. You can change human nature. Beyond that, it's going to be a tough sell. Men have a wider variance of outcomes in most ways. We succeed at higher rates and we fail at higher rates. We are forced to take chances if we want to succeed, and that doesn't always work out. If we don't take chances, we are screwed regardless. Is 78% not high enough for you? How to help them? Provide them with free rope, razors, easier access to firearms and bullets. You could also potentially design public suicide booths that would help them commit suicide without the mess or pain. Talk to us. Men were born wild at heart. We now live boring lives with little to no true adventure. It's sad. A few ways. Reducing irrational homophobia would hurt it on two fronts. Reducing the suicide of gay and trans men is the most obvious. Second, however, is the effect it would have on straight men. Homophobia and toxic masculinity combine to make meaningful and supportive relationships among men so damn difficult to form. People are so afraid of being seen as effeminate or gay that they shy away from connecting and supporting other men. It's preposterous. Men have very few people to confide in. Supporting veterans. Most veterans are male, and the suicide rate among veterans is disastrous. Let's get them some help. Supporting the homeless. Same reasons as above, most are male and the suicide rate is really high. A sad truth is that a lot the culture that allows men to feel alone, unable to share their feelings, and/or unwilling to seek help originates in men themselves. For the record, this is the actual definition of toxic masculinity, things about the way we define masculinity that hurt others, including men themselves. I think, then, that every man shares some responsibility to be the change you want to see, and that means seeking mental health care, giving your dangerous weapons and drugs to others in suicidal times, sharing your honest feelings with the people in your life, and foregoing casual encounters for real relationships, among others. Source: I am a counselor. I'm terrified of even looking at women because I'm just an ugly goblin-looking dude. That's what I think about myself, at least. Is it okay to just up and talk to someone? Wouldn't it be awkward to just start a conversation saying something like "you look kinda nice" or "you seem like a good person to talk to"? Like, won't they just immediately turn me away because I'm just so fucking ugly and disgusting? We need hugs. 12-step groups are very helpful, especially when they are men only. It's like the only place I've experienced where men from all backgrounds let down their protective walls, drop the macho bullshit, and let people in to share their imperfections, fears, hopes, dreams with no judgment whatsoever, and everyone shows unconditional love and support from their fellow man/brother in humanity. I'd be sitting there sometimes at a meeting and I'm like, everyone should experience this, male and female, whether they have an addiction or not. Don't invalidate our feelings by saying we're too sensitive. Stop telling men not to have feelings or tough it out. Also, stop expecting every guy to like or be good at male normalcy hobbies. I can't fix my car or the dishwasher, but I'm a great cook and baker. Don't send them into useless proxy wars. Pay them living wages. Give them affordable options for housing, food, and healthcare so they can take care of themselves and their families. Send nudes. Give them their gay weddings, okay? Don't invalidate their feelings. Mostly jobs, money, and kids. My first finance kicked me out because I didn't have a title job. She's a LPN, and even though I made more than her as a floor waxer aka janitor, it wasn't a title, so I was gone. The second one, we had some problems, but she moved back in with me for one night, then immediately moved in with a guy with a better paying job. They also both took my kids, one boy and one girl, and it hit severely hard to sleep not being around them. I get there are deadbeats out there, but if a guy just wants to stop by to give his kid a hug and kiss, just let him. I'm currently only seeing my son every other weekend and haven't seen my daughter in 3 months, currently saving for a lawyer. Teach all boys that it's okay to feel feelings. AKA, teach emotional intelligence. Unrelated to men specifically, but it's been proven that since moving into a digital age, we become more and more reliant on social media to fill our needs, make us feel happy. The online world is a wonderful tool, but one to be checked, and only used every so often. This would not fix the problem, of course, but it's possible that the overall suicide rates may slow.